Botham Jean is my son. He is an active child. He is the light in any dark room.
Botham is my little brother. He is the kindest, sweetest person you could ever know. He is funny. If my mom and I have a disagreement, we would stop. Let's call Botham. Let's see what he says.
He just loved people. He was very particular of the company he kept. So I felt that he was not in harm's way.
I want to know what you think about this PSA announcement honoring Botham Jean's life released by the NFL ahead of the Super Bowl, which is, I don't know when it is because I'm not into sports, but it's supposed to be coming up. The NFL is facing some criticism. A lot of Twitter posts online, Twitter and Facebook they're the wild, wild west of social media. And this is actually a part of a program that was initiated by the NFL and Roc Nation 2019. It's called the Responsibility Program. The purpose, according to NBC, is to educate others and create awareness about social justice issues through video. It'll be broadcasting also during the Super Bowl, which there it is, February 2nd.
Why should there be hatred for each other? My own son demonstrated forgiveness. Brent, forgive one who just killed his brother.
From what I'm seeing on Twitter, there's a lot of people not buying into it. They think it's BS. It's just, I guess, a ploy. Maybe it's for optics of the NFL. Maybe it's for them to try to regain whatever they lost with the whole Colin Kaepernick situation, which I'll give my small little opinion on that in a minute. But I was wondering this morning, I was like, did the family co-sign this, or was this just random? What was up with this? And I didn't even know about the responsibility program until today when I started looking into it. And the family did co-sign it. Okay, the sister here said, I'm thankful that the NFL created this PSA to honor Botham's legacy and deliver an important message about empathy and unity. Finley told ABC News in a statement, I truly hope that our society learns from Botham's story and the stories of many others so we can make a lasting change in this world. Together, we must all set a better example for future generations and leaders.
There are things that must be done and must be done quickly. We must change this all around.
Now, I don't know if you guys knew this, the civil lawsuit that Botham's family and attorneys were going to sue the city of Dallas for was dismissed. In that lawsuit, the family was trying to argue that those events took place that day because of a pattern of excessive force by the Dallas police, and also better training would have prevented his death. According to Dallas News, apparently the city countered back, stating that they couldn't provide enough evidence and they couldn't prove causation. They also stated that legal experts say because she was off duty that the case would be likely unsuccessful. The family attorney, Daryl Washington, he stated that this should have been treated like she was on duty because she acted like she was on duty. At the testimony, she also mentioned her responses and trainings to threats. So they were trying to argue that she was acting as a police officer.
To know Botham was to love Botham. The world has lost a great man. He was destined for greatness.
Now, according to Dallas News, the Botham family is now filing a separate lawsuit against Southside Flats, which is the apartment complex where everything took place. And here's kind of the interesting thing to this, and this is something that I actually mentioned in 2018 in September, which I'm going to play a clip for you. Attorney Lee Merritt said Saturday that a confusing layout of the upper floors, coupled with a faulty door mechanism, created by circumstances that led to Jean's death. During the trial, an investigator testified that Jean's door was defective. It wouldn't shut all the way. Merritt said if it had shut all the way, Amber Geiger wouldn't have been able to get in. The base plates and the lock plates didn't line up on some of the doors, John's included. It's also stated here that the lock would snag and not connect in response to certain types of weather. Geiger testified that the door sprang open. I thought this was interesting for a multitude of reasons. One of the big points of contention or argument when this case happened, and maybe it's still argument today, is some people were saying the impossibility of getting the wrong apartment. I like to look at all angles. I'm not saying what she did was right, but I like to look at all angles. I don't just have like a narrow 1-point view. So I stated too that I used to live in an apartment like that where all the doors look the same, and I've done it myself where I've gotten on the wrong floor and I thought I was at my own apartment. Of course, you can make the argument that he has a red carpet and it was somewhat distinctively different from other apartments, but attorney Lee Merritt stating that the layout of the apartments was confusing and the whole lock situation almost kind of corroborates or supports that this might have possibly been an accident. Now, I get what they're saying here too, is that they bear responsibility. Amber Geiger, whether it was intentional, whether you believe it was intentional or you believe it was a mistake, she bears responsibility, just like that apartment complex with this door lock. But is it really the apartment complex or the door lock? So they go for the door lock company. Now, I want to show you the clip. In 2018, I was talking about how important, I mentioned it a couple of times, but this was the clip that I found pretty quickly, me talking about this door lock data, which I thought would be so crucial to this case, and I don't believe I heard much of it. I meant to talk about this the other day regarding the door locks to Botham Jean's apartment. Apparently the company that manufactured it, they can retrieve data from it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm wondering what the results are going to be. It's probably going to take some time, and it's probably something that they're not even going to tell us. It's probably going to be taken to court. So they're saying that the report could or should show whether Geiger unlocked the door on her own before going into Jean's apartment. It would also show whether she placed the key into Jean's door, that's pretty big. It's unclear whether the data would show whether Jean unlocked the door from the inside around the time of the shooting. If data stored inside the lock does show Jean's door that was locked, it would support statements by Jean's family attorney, who witnesses say they heard banging on the door, let me in, let me in. So alternatively, the data could show the door was unlocked and ajar, as Geiger told the police. The thing with the door lock data, what I wonder too is, was it the best choice or decision to give it to this company, the ones that created the locks that are known to be faulty? Because I just wonder if they would tamper with it or they would erase evidence from these door locks. I mean, did they have a choice? Maybe there was no other company that could do that, or maybe they could have had oversight. It seems like they never really brought back up the door lock or door lock data until now, which with this lawsuit, which I think if they had that data would really help this situation.
I look forward to the day both of them would have gotten married, having kids. Life is not sweet anymore.
They can maybe nab the apartment complex for the layout, but my question is about this door lock. Like, if a company is purchasing something from another company and that product is defaulty, how is that on the purchaser's fault? Now, if the apartment complex knew that these locks were defaulty and there's been complaints and all this kind of stuff, then maybe there's a case. But if that didn't take place, I just wonder how they would put liability on a purchaser instead of the actual manufacturer of the door lock. My opinion and thoughts on the whole NFL video, the tribute for Botham with the program and the family co-signing, is I'm not mad at it. If the family wants to spread out this message and get it out there to everybody, for everybody to see his story, their son Botham, their website, Botham Jean Foundation, which has a couple of different programs which you can donate to, I'm not mad at that. Now, like, do I believe like this is the NFL really caring about causes? Probably not. This is to save face for the whole Colin Kaepernick situation, probably, and all the other, if there are other issues. Colin Kaepernick situation, in my opinion, just to sum it up from my personal thoughts and not to drag this on, is just he had the right to express himself, and his employer, which is the NFL, had the right to fire him. As simple as that. One of the last situations where like the NFL wanted to see him practice, and it was I guess an opportunity for him to get on the team, and they all went to like Atlanta. It seemed kind of ridiculous to me, but they went out to watch him, and I guess he canceled last minute and changed the location. He wanted all the media and press there, and it's just, to me, it's just kind of like, I have a pretty extensive playlist if you want to check it out right here on YouTube, with almost 40 videos of Botham Jean's coverage and also some of Joshua Brown. Comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you guys for the support, and just, let me know everything, how you feel, your thoughts on this whole case situation, the NFL. Is this really going to change things? Peace.